It's Friday night,
What's up?
I'm chilling with my homies and we're feeling alright. Had a long week, so we're getting real high.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Barbershop Banter, hosted by yours truly, Oscar Leonardo, with our special guest in the building, our brother, George Russos, a.k.a. Anarchy.
Welcome,
how are you,
bro?
brother? Thanks for being on the show.
A bit better.
Wait, how good was that intro?
Yeah.
That was pretty good, eh?
What happened to the
pretty
wicka wicka what?
I don't know. It was Anarchy on the decks. Yeah, I had it ready, but what's going on?
Not much.
Welcome, brother.
We got
It's a
so
pleasure
much
to
to
have
talk
you here.
about, bro.
I know. Fuck, where do we start?
Let's start off with the tradition.
Alright.
Let's have a shot.
I mean, we have drank this bottle, but on camera, let's do a shot.
For
We
the
saved
record-
some.
We
for the
saved some
record, It's 10 to 11, so it's
on a Sunday.
on a Sunday, so it's never too early.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers,
Salud.
cheers. Salud. Shout out.
Not bad.
It's good. All right, well, I,
like
know
it.
where to start, bro. Let's start from the beginning.
Whew, that one got me.
Come on, guys. Yeah, same here. Good. Now, let's start from the beginning. DJing.
How'd I get into it?
How'd you get into it? What made you start? What inspired you?
Well, it started when I was like 14, actually. I just like jumped on a bit of decks and just started playing music.
Okay. How old are
24. Fuck, I have to think of their name.
you now? 10 years, bro. That's a long
Yeah.
time. Man, solid.
I didn't really dabble into it until 2017, so I would have been, what's that, 20? At 19, 20. And then, yeah, just in that time, I was just like looking at, like going to the clubs and like looking at R&B DJs, actually, like DJ O.
Yeah. That's right. DJ O taught you.
Yeah, so DJ O ended up teaching me everything, really.
Yeah.
But
He's a man.
just the
DJ, bro.
fundamentals, eh? Like, he was
Shout out
just,
to Marley. Marley, if
Shout
you're
out,
watching.
Shout out to DJ. I don't know who you are, bro. But shout
but he
out.
loves you.
I've heard lots of things about it, yeah.
Nah, so yeah, literally, I just was watching him like for hours, like just at Sin City or whatever. And then I was just like, "Oh, do you want to teach me?" And then I just kept pestering him. It took about 2 weeks for him to actually be like, "Yeah, like why not, bro?" I'll let you
every
do
day,
it. Yeah. And
So
then,
you were going to the clubs with him?
oh well, not with him. I was just meeting him in there, so I'd go with other people, but I would end up just hanging
Yeah.
around him. Then there's like other people as well that was hanging around, but he was the main one that I was just kind of like in awe about. Like
Yeah.
whenever I watch him, I was like, "Fire, like this guy's good."
Yeah.
And then yeah, he started teaching me. He actually like used to cover the screens and just put headphones on, and just literally just be like, "Mate, like learn like this." So like match the BPM and do everything by ear, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know how I'm gonna go doing this." And then like literally like by a week, I was scratching.
Shit.
Wow.
And yeah, like even like I think he's still got the video out, and I was just like beat juggling. He's like, "Far out, all right, like
That's sick.
you've done
Yeah,
pretty well."
You gifted from the start, bro.
Yeah, so
That's
I went. I think the first week though, I went to his like 3 times.
That's mad.
Yeah, so he took time out of his day as well. He's got a couple of kids and everything like that.
So where'd you
Yeah.
meet him? Did you meet him here?
At the clubs. So
At
yeah,
the clubs here.
yeah,
You're from Melbourne originally, yeah?
yeah. So
And the DJ
I did my
scene
final
there
2
is
years
crazy,
here,
right?
but yeah, music scene there in general, and even the culture there is just completely different.
Very.
Bigger city.
Way bigger,
More
yeah.
people.
Yeah, and you've got literally every single genre that will work in Melbourne. So like
Yeah.
you could put jazz, country, R&B, EDM, hardstyle, and everything will actually work there because it's
Yeah.
that big and that cultured.
Yeah.
Each club you go to, it's like an R&B club, it's a dance club, it's blah, blah, blah. Where the Gold Coast is more like, they literally go R&B, commercial, house.
Yeah.
And that's all they play.
Yeah, true.
There's no,
That's why I
like,
go-
that's
why I go
it.
club
That's why you go to
bro.
Brizzy to club.
That's
Yeah,
it,
literally.
100%. Yeah.
So like, even
Not that I
that.
know. I've got 3 kids. I mean, I never go clubbing.
How many kids you got? 3.
I got 3. In case you
3
didn't know.
kids.
Just remind the guys, I got 3 kids.
Are they adopted or?
Shit. Okay.
No, but,
so right. So are you inspired by the whole Melbourne scene? Is that what inspired you, like, to? Because you've done some pretty cool things here, which we'll get into. But
Yeah, I
are
don't
you
know,
inspired by
like-
the Melbourne scene? Did you see that the Gold Coast was lacking that kind of culture around,
Yeah, it was,
real music or certain, DJing, that whole side of things? Is that what caused it?
it's not really to be honest, what inspired it was actually up here, and I noticed working in the clubs as well, was no one cared about the music. So even when I was getting people into the clubs, it wasn't what music you playing, it was how many girls are there,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like that's all the guys would ask, and the chicks would, like, the way that like girls would ask, they wouldn't even ask about the music either. Like it was more just like, is it busy? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't anything to do with
What's the
any
vibe
music.
like?
Yeah, what's the vibe like, or like nothing like that. It was just more like, is it busy?
Yeah.
Like do we get free drinks? Is actually another thing they used to always ask. Like, no joke. So like that was the only way that the Gold Coast is run. So like that's it. So like there's no, oh, you know, like Will Sparks is on tonight, which is big up here, but like, you know, you get like a big DJ in Melbourne. He's not like that big up here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like,
That's weird though, because I feel like music sets the vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if people are asking what the vibe is of a certain club, then you know they're not playing the right music from the start. That's
Yeah.
just how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't really go clubbing much, but if people are calling up, I don't know that. If people are calling up and asking that, I feel like the music that you play and what you choose to play in your club.
I only
Which
go
goes
out for
back to the
music.
DJ too. Like,
100%
which
it
goes
does.
back to-
That's why they're so important.
And it goes down to the DJ, you know, reading the crowd and things like that.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I know of DJs that get told what to play.
Oh, true.
So like they
See,
can't
that fucking
they
sucks,
can't leave a
bro.
playlist, and I'm just like,
You know what? We
You're the
went
DJ
to-
though.
So if put it this, so if a club tried to tell you what to play, you'd just be like, no. Go
I
mine.
haven't played at a club that's told me to play, what to play.
Okay, so no one's told you to.
No, like whenever I've been offered at one club, and I
Yeah.
pretty much just said no for that reason because I didn't want to play something
I respect
that.
that.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
mad.
That's
So,
mad
like,
because like it can ruin like because I went to this like I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was like you go on the boat and you go on the water, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I went twice in a row. So I went during the day and then I went at night.
Could I have been a part
during
of this?
the day? You were a part of. You were there actually. So during the day, they had a DJ.
Yeah.
And because later on, I found out that the nighttime version, it's like you have to
more
play
up.
this.
Yeah.
You have to play this. Anyway, I went to the daytime one, and there was mad beats. You could tell the DJ that he was just left alone and was left reading the crowd.
Yeah.
And then, so I hopped off the boat, came back on. Then there was a nighttime version, and bro, the music was worse. The
Yeah.
music was shit.
Yeah.
Like this guy wasn't reading the crowd.
Was it because there's
Yeah.
more people on there and more girls and stuff?
I think just because they were probably trying to, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. But
I think they were just trying to, like they're more like the commercial shit, bro. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. That's subjective.
I
that's
felt-
my opinion
but
because
felt
I like
felt
certain
the
music.
I feel the same, but
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
I felt like the music that was playing there wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't really relevant to what was happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
okay, I
playing
get what
for
you're
the
saying.
sake of playing. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, you don't
But-
really. Yeah, if you don't really play to a crowd, you can sell like something's not in sync. Like
Yeah.
they're just
So when did you start getting into the nightclubs? When did you start getting? What was the club or what was the team?
so I promoted for Sin City Bedroom,
Yeah.
and then I recently went back into it like last year when COVID hit because I lost my other job. Went promoted for Asylum. So yeah, like it was the same thing. So I promoted for Sin City and Bedroom in like 2018, 2019. And then even like nearly 5 years later, it's still the same response I
Yeah.
get from people. So like people are like saying, oh, like it's growing, which it has, like the festivals and stuff like that, like it has grown a bit, like, but it's still not, like it's not going to be like a Melbourne or a Sydney or like, you know, like where people know their music and things like that.
Why do you think that is?
I just think it comes down to like the culture up here, you know.
It's a younger city. I feel like
there's-
the Gold Coast is a
Okay,
younger
so do you
city.
feel like
there's no culture up here. Like hypothetically, like people from the Gold Coast won't understand, but like I'm even cutting hair at the moment, and like you get people from Sydney and Melbourne, they're all moving up. There's like 18,000 people that have moved up,
Yeah.
100%?
and it's like everyone that I've cut, they're literally like, yeah, we like it, but we want to kind of move back because there's like nothing here.
100%.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the same with the hip hop culture too. Like
Yeah.
with the rap scene.
Oh,
and
yeah,
everything.
big time.
Bro, like the
Big
rap
time.
scene everywhere else in Australia,
Yeah,
huge. Gold Coast for some reason, like
yeah,
it's
like
just flat, bro.
Yeah.
to me, it's the hardest market in the world to hit
Okay.
for the music industry.
Yeah.
Can
The
I ask?
Gold
I'm going to
Coast.
ask you something personal, but I'm not without getting into too much detail. Do
Yeah.
you think, right? Because this is going to bring us into the next topic, which I know. Well, I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because of how much effort you put into your craft. Do you think the reason why the culture lacks in the Gold Coast scene when it comes to either DJing or hip hop, do you think that could be because everyone's almost trying to compete with each other instead of working
Yeah.
together?
100%.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like that? Because I feel like it's that
It's-
in the rap scene.
Yeah.
And
I feel
can
like
only-
it's like that in barbering too.
everything, bro. I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like
Everything
that's
on the
Gold Coast.
because again, like what we said, Gold Coast is like, you know, the youngest city.
Yeah.
So things are still trying to grow. So if you're a barber, you're trying to be the best barber because there's not many like around. There's not many people. Like if you're the best barber, everyone will go to you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like in Melbourne, it's that big that they don't need to compete.
Yeah.
Like each suburb has one barber probably, and they all get it just as busy,
Yeah.
and they're all like good.
I
So-
feel like it could be like, that's the same. I mean, people don't realize. I did a census search because my missus was trying to like find how many women are on the Gold Coast. So I did a census search for her.
Yeah.
Just to give her like an idea. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to do a census search for me to see what men between the ages of 18 to like 70 there are on the Gold Coast. And I don't remember the exact figures, but bro, there was something like, I don't know, 300,000
Wow.
men. And I just thought there's enough work for people. Like there's
Yeah.
enough. And for the barbers,
Like everyone can get a piece of the pie. kind
yeah,
of thing, you
and
know?
for
Yeah,
the barbers
100%.
who like promote each other and help each other, and it's like, oh man, I got this. I think it works in their best interest anyway. Like I feel like it should be the same. Like I feel like we should start setting the example. That's what I
Yeah.
try to do anyway.
And that's
when
my
I
point of-
always go visit to other barbershops.
Yeah.
And buy a shirt,
Yeah, well,
get a
that,
haircut, buy some product,
Yeah.
right? Put it up on Instagram.
that's
you
what I
know?
mean. Like exactly like with your Plus product, like we stock it at our shop as
Yeah,
well.
that's
So
right.
it's like, and even like Taylor, like he's a really cool guy as well. So like, even he's not like fuck other barbers. He's more just like like
Yeah.
What
I,
for?
I,
Like,
I respect
but-
Leo.
but-
I respect him. I respect him. Like,
Right, and
Yeah,
that's, and
that's
that, I
what it
think
is.
that's what I'm more trying to say is like, do you feel like that's probably the biggest problem here?
Well, 100%. Like
So, because I know
the
that
Gold
you were,
Coast isn't even like this is what people don't get yet. Like when people go to Melbourne, they go to any club because they're like, mate, there's so many good bars, there's so many good clubs. You don't even have to like clubbing, but you got bars.
Yeah.
There's always something going on, and like they're not. Whenever you hear of Melbourne, you don't hear, "Nah, I hate that club, man, because he runs it," or "I hate that club because we're better than
Yeah.
him." Like I never heard that once in Melbourne, and even like I talk to DJs frequently, like that live down there, and they like play like Cloud9 and things like that, and they even said like, "Mate, there's none of that drama, bullying thing. It's like their DJs actually jump on with each other and like have fun and
That's
like
sick.
you
Yeah,
know
that's
have a
sick. That's what it
drink
should
and
be
they
here.
laugh, and then they go to the next club, and the next club is next door. And those same DJs that played at this club at 1 to 2 a.m. are playing there from 2 to 3, like
Yeah.
the next door. So it's like,
I've actually seen DJ
Yeah.
O. I remember I've seen DJ O and other barbers like, other DJs like DJ Otto and shit, and
Yeah.
DJ EA Cut. Like I've seen when they see each other, they like kind of let each other jump on the decks and
Yeah,
just
it's-
have fun
it's
and
sick.
just
well,
share
at,
that
at
craft.
Havana, like that. I haven't really been lately, but I've seen they started doing that.
Yeah.
And they started bringing like
That's
young,
cool, bro.
young Aussie rappers as well, like just from the Gold Coast. Like they let them come in and like do freestyle and thing, and that's pretty sick. Like I seen it on DJ 58's post as well.
Yeah, it's growing, man. It's a
yeah,
it's a
it's
young
sick.
city. The Gold Coast is a young city,
But that's
it's definitely growing, man.
it's taken a while for it to get there, but I feel like it's slowly
it's
getting there.
gaining traction now, bro.
yeah.
It's just
Even with the when you were organizing, what was it, the Tipsy Pig?
yeah, well that's
Yeah,
homegrown,
because
yeah.
you were involved with Homegrown,
Homegrown,
right?
yeah.
So,
Well, I
do you want
ran
to tell
it.
us about that? You ran
Yeah.
it, but tell us what happened there. Because I feel like that's
Well, that's how Homegrown started. Was literally this reason was, I was part of a group called Shock. So Shock Events is like just pure hard style, like hard EDM kind of.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
Like
that.
and like their production's like next level, man.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
like even people that don't like hardstyle should go just to watch it, and like everyone I've taken there that doesn't even like hardstyle, does like hardstyle after it.
Yeah.
Anyway, like we've gone our separate ways as well. So from that we went and started Homegrown. I started it with this guy I actually taught how to DJ, Aaron, and then they actually offered it to him at the start, and then he kind of came to me and was like, "Fuck, I don't think I can do this by myself, man."
Shock offered it to
To
him.
Aaron, yeah.
To Aaron, yeah.
Yeah, so
okay.
Homegrown was created like from them in a way, but not.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It was a proposal kind of.
Yeah, so we kind of took over a club, didn't work out, so on. Anyway, so then Aaron, asked me. He's like, "Bro, like, I need your help. Like, can we do it together?" And then literally from day dot, we just started doing it together. And so like I said, we had one of the nightclubs that we're running. So we ran that for about 6 months.
And what one was that?
Revolution.
Revolution,
It was,
that's right,
yeah.
Fuck, you started making some noise there, bro.
Yeah, that was sick.
You
Yeah.
started doing some pretty big things.
Even that one that you did where it was like a cage match.
Oh no, that was here. Cage match.
the Octagon.
Yeah, bro, that was sick.
That was
You know, I had the poster in here, and people
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, "Is that a wrestling match?" Or what? And they're like, "Who's wrestling? Who's fighting?" I'm like,
Fuck,
"No,
I wish I hosted that.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
would've-
fuck, we spoke about that.
Yeah, they saw like Lockdown's mask out. They were like Rey Mysterio coming out of nowhere. No, and then so we've doing whatever we're doing there.
So homegrown was you. That was more of a.
It's to build a community
Right.
like what we're talking about, so people aren't overachieving each other.
It's
and
kind of like here.
Yeah.
Being
I
a
want
group
all
together.
these DJs to be a part of
100%.
this.
And and
Right.
to be
That's
honest, that's the only way that a bedroom DJ is ever going to be able to crack the scene. Because the only other way that a bedroom DJ can crack the scene at the moment or in the past was by going to that club and sucking up to someone.
And doing everyone else dirty.
To be honest, like, yeah, like I've seen people be real genuine people, and then like as soon as they get into this scene, like they either go one or two ways. So it's one way they're like kind of like me. They're just like, fuck it, I'm not going to suck up to you just to get in here. So I'm just going to like most
Just do
people
my
quit.
thing. Put the real.
And
work
some people
in, yeah.
like literally just quit. They're just
Yeah.
like, nah, like I know a few people that literally DJ for 5 years, and they're like, nah, man, like it's just shit. Like you have to be friends with people that you don't want to be. Even if people don't respect you, you have to respect them. Like it's not for me, kind of thing. And then the second one is like literally is just going there every weekend, talking to the people. You may like them. Like some of the DJs out there are really nice and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like majority of the time, the same people that are hanging out are the same people that are talking shit about each other. And that comes
Ooh,
to
preach that, brother.
and it is like it's
No,
kind of like
no,
annoying, man. Like
100%.
it's like, and it's funny. Like as a barber, you'll probably even get it. Like you probably even get like two same people that are having an argument but talking shit about each other, but they're mates.
Yeah.
Like
I think
You
in
do, bro.
anything you do,
Yeah.
bro, it's like
In
that.
life.
and like it happens,
In
like
life, yeah.
it does.
100%.
But like it's like I know these two people that like talk bad about each other, but they're best mates at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
That's so toxic, bro.
but yeah. So I was just like, that's why Homegrown was starting. I was like,
Right.
man, like I want like the only way that we can make this scene better is by creating a group and a community, getting amongst each other, and just DJing. We all love music, so we've got
Yeah.
one thing in common straight off the bat.
yeah.
So we're already talking about music. It might be different music, and we did like Homegrown didn't really take off until we left Revolution, and that was like we started getting the Tipsy Pig Sundays and things like that, and then it kind of like ventured onto, we were going to do like the monthly events or quarterly events or whatever it was, and then
Was that when COVID kind of...
COVID hit. That's when we left Revolution, and then it was like a bit 2 or 3 months of just nothing. Like clubs weren't even open or anything. Everything was a bit, how you going? Anyway, and then so we just thought we'd come together, started Tipsy Pig, run like an event every 3 months, because you probably get more people that way anyway.
Yeah.
Because running a nightclub and running events every week, we've even picked up that it's a new thing. So people are like, yeah, let's go. The second week it gets less, and the third week it gets less, and then you get more, and then it goes less. Like it becomes inconsistent
Fluctuates, yeah.
because not everyone goes out every week. Like
Yeah.
even like there's some people like 18, 19, 20, they go out every week, but like generally, like speaking 22 and older, like
Yeah.
it's like once a month or whatever.
Okay, so you created this to, create a bit of a community, and you did that pretty well for a while, right? And you're pretty good. And I even came to along to one of the Tipsy Pig events,
Yeah.
and we were even in discussions of getting me on, and we're going to start mixing other genres and stuff in there. So that was heading in a good direction. What happened? In without getting into too much detail,
Yeah.
'cause
So everything was like running real sweet, Like it was good, but at the same time, like running it with someone else, you got to like different views. Like not everything's different, but some things are just you don't connect with.
is that what happened?
And that's what happened. So it started becoming a thing for me where it actually was going on, and let's like pretty much be honest, it was going on for about 3 to 4 months, like this decision. And like meanwhile in this decision, I had
The decision for you to say call it quits.
to call it, and people like it was actually people around me saying to call it quits as well.
Right.
So what like, and at the start, right? So I had like, obviously myself and Aaron had like really strong communication and everything like that. And then I don't know, like it just, the way that it all started running and the way that I started seeing him trying to do things and was like talking to me, like the main reason why I completely stopped was I got in trouble for doing a festival gig.
For doing a festival.
For doing a festival gig without him.
Without him.
Yeah,
So
so-
he. Okay.
Yeah. So
And that's what kind of made you think. That's what
That
cemented your decision
that
to
was
say, you know
yeah.
what?
So like it was more like Homegrown was there to build if any of our DJs made that festival, may or may not get along with the festival owner or whatever it is. That's your own problem kind of thing. But if you're trying to grow the scene and you can get someone from your brand up there,
For sure.
Why wouldn't you do that? Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That guy that was running the festival was going to allow us doing that anyway. Like you said, yeah, just do whatever you want. You can call whatever you want. You can call Homegrown over the mic. I don't care.
That's mad.
So it was.
Kick on, yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty much like that's pretty much what the line in the sand was. You know, like we did that caged event, we sold it out.
For sure. Yeah, I saw that, bro. That's a crazy achievement.
And like, to be completely honest, like there's a lot of the DJs that were there, and I'm not even trying to like blow smoke up my ass. It's literally, I can literally say 90% of those DJs are there because I said I wanted them.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there was a lot of arguments about some of those DJs, and then like he'll be like, nah, they're not it, or they need to prove themselves, or they need to do this and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, like just give me a chance, do this, like it's fine. So yeah, like it's shit that I've had to keep in because you don't want people that you know, like if the owner of a company is having, like a co-owner, is having an argument with another co-owner and he knows shit, you don't want the employees knowing because they're just going to feel like, fuck, like this whole thing's a joke.
They control the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so like that's why I was just like keeping it in kind of thing. People started picking up on it without me saying anything, and even at the start people would say things and I'll back him up and I'm like, nah mate, like
For sure.
shut up, you don't know what you're talking about kind of thing, you know?
100%.
Because I'm not the whole person where it's just like, you know, like I'll give
It's
people
between you and that
chances as
person.
well, you know? Yeah, as well, like
100%.
I'm going to reset that camera, boys.
yeah.
Yeah, all good. All good.
No.
Sorry, we had to...
Reset
the camera,
yeah.
we had to reset the camera. Sorry.
Um,
But yeah, basically, fuck them.
yeah, fucking dogs. Nah. And
Okay,
fuck
hold on.
you, nah.
Look, I'm excited, bro. Like I'm really glad that you made that decision because I feel like I've seen in the music scene in general, I've seen like a lot of people go into business and when something goes toxic or something goes wrong, they stay in it because they've almost got a fear of loss. But one thing about you that I respect and I admire is you're relentless, bro. Every time I speak to you, you've either just achieved something really good, and whenever you do that, you've always got something next. You know,
Yeah.
you never stop. It's always, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. You've always got ideas. So the fact that you left there, I think, is a blessing in disguise because I feel like, you know, nothing against them, but fuck them. You know what I mean? Bro, they were just going to hold you back. You know what I mean? So
it's
I feel...
not the people in there, man. Like the DJs that are in there,
shout out to the DJs.
they're very, very talented and like...
Shout out to the DJ.
Yeah, you know, like we found a lot of DJs and
You know
of
what I mean.
every genre. Yeah.
You know. But with that being said, I mean, I'm excited to...
Yeah, and
I'm pumped for you for the
things like that, as much as you hate going through them,
Yeah.
I feel like they're the best things for you to learn from.
Oh, yeah. Like put it this way, end of 2020, start of 2021, my car broke down, so I was fucked there. Left Homegrown, which I was struggling. I was thinking back and forth for like months, thinking like, fuck, I don't want to do it because of what we started. Lost a relationship, family health issues, and then just like bang, like it literally happened. I think it happened literally 3 days after each other. I was literally like talking to someone, and like I think it was my mate Kyle, and I was literally like, oh, this just happened.
Shout out to Kyle.
3 days later, this just happened.
Yeah.
This just happened. This just happened. He's just like, fucking
You
hell,
couldn't
bro.
catch a
Like
break.
it
I
was just,
remember
it was
that
like literally like
days,
just
bro.
2 weeks of just like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Like
Yeah.
revamp back down, and like, yeah, like I was just like the first week of, because everything just happened a week before I was supposed to play at a festival. So literally that week was like the week I had to just like prep it, push everything to the side.
Fucking dig deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fucking, I'm just gonna fucking just put on the best show I can. Fucking what's done is done.
And you performed?
I performed.
You killed it.
Yeah, and I fucking chucked the gabber and shit at the front.
Yeah,
it was,
I saw that.
yeah,
video.
that? How good
that
was
was
that?
sick.
That was man,
That was mad.
Killed it.
And that's like, and then, you know, like half the homegrown DJs knew kind of what was happening and they still came, supported me and everything like that.
Yeah.
So like, shout out to them as well.
Solid. That's solid.
I even played some of their music. Like I made sure it was still around then. So like whatever
That's
music they
lovely.
made,
No,
like I
that's-
just like, I shouted them out over the mic and everything like that. But yeah, it was fucking full on, for like that first
Yeah.
month, man. Like I'm entering 2021, I was like, fucking hell, like this is going to be a long year, eh?
So with all of that, like with everything that happened, and because I know you personally, so does Leo. We know what you got stored for the future, and I can't wait to talk about it. But we're gonna have to save that for the next episode.
Yeah.
However, before we conclude this episode, what were your biggest learnings from your event, from what happened with the Homegrown to everything personally that happened? Because I feel like whoever you are, whoever is listening to this, whether they're a musician, whether they're whatever field they're in, they're going to come across toxic relationships in the business, but they're also going to come across everyday problems. What was your biggest learning from it, and how were you able to overcome those situations and continue to prosper and move forward?
To be honest, it was my suggestion to everyone, like that, you know, when life seems like it's just shutting you down and like, you know, stop your dreams, stop doing this and whatever. My suggestion, what helped me, bro, was literally, I wrote it all down and I just took a step-by-step action. And
like your goals, you mean?
Yeah, like I literally just, like those 2 weeks of me, I was just like, don't get me wrong, like you go through 2 weeks of just like, stuff this, like I don't even want to try anymore, blah, blah, blah. You're like, fuck this, it's all good. But then I was just like, nah, like, I'm way better than this. So I just literally got a paper and pencil, and literally wrote down a list of what was like.
Did you actually use a pencil? Because like, that's pretty old school.
Well, like I've got my pen license now, so it's alright. Nah, pen, fucking hell. And then literally just wrote down a list, and then just took a step by step. You know, like just getting a new car, just do this, just do that. Like getting a car to me is like. You do a lot more with a car. You don't actually realize how much you need a car. Yeah. Like I didn't actually realize.
Buy a car, everybody.
Yeah.
All right,
bro. Like,
don't worry about public transport. Buy.
Don't worry about recharging your go-kart, all right?
Yeah.
Buy a car.
No, but like literally, like even going to the studio with you, like it was like, fuck, can you pick me up? Fuck, I hate that. Like just like.
That's right. You've got a track coming out.
Oh. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Fuck, that's gonna be mad.
Special announcement. We have a track coming out.
Yeah. If you didn't know.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so moral of the story.
Just take a step-by-step action. Take it slow. You don't have to overcome everything. It's not going to do it overnight. Like, believe me, it took me, end of January to now, like the last week, I started feeling like better.
Yeah, and I know what you're thinking. I don't know if they can see my arm in this shot right now, but I know what you're thinking. If you're sitting on the other side of the screen, you're probably thinking, yeah, it's easier said than done. But in the next episode, when we catch up with George again, or Anarchy on the decks, I had to do it. Sorry. You'll see why what he's saying is true, because he's got so much planned, and I cannot fucking wait for you to tell the world, bro, what you got in store, because I'm pumped for you, I'm excited, and I know that you're going to take over, bro. So thank you for being a part of the show.
Here,
I appreciate you, bro. Hey, thanks,
you.
Brother.
Good to
And
see you, mate.
that's another episode of
Barbershop
Banter. Fucking
yeah.
yeah,
Proudly
buddy.
sponsored by Plus Products, guys.
And Anarchy.
And Anarchy.
Come get your haircuts here too.
Yeah, do it.
Good time, baby, come and take a seat. Yeah, we can dance, we can drink, we can play some weed. You can bring your girlfriends, that's okay with me. Cause you know damn well this is a place to be. You the flies, I can't deny, I'll never lie.